Good morning, students. Today I will finish the chapter of history. The name of this chapter, the first empire, the Mauryas. So, previous class, I have completed the spread of Dhamma of Ashoka. So, now today I will continue the points administration. Mauryan administration can be divided into four divisions: central, provincial, district and village. The administration of the city of Patliputra was separate. Central, the king was the supreme authority. He took all important decisions concerning the empire. He was assisted by a council of ministers. They acted as the king's advisors. Provincial, the empire was divided into many provinces, each headed by a prince. He ruled the province as a representative of the king and was assisted by many officers. So, what are written here? The administration system of Mauryan Empire. Mauryan administration can be divided into four divisions: central, provincial, district, and village. So the administration of the city of Patliputra was separate. So here administration system divided into four divisions. The divisions are central, provincial, district and village. Now next, central, the king was the supreme authority. So in central, the head of the central was the authority. He took all important decisions concerning the empire. He was assisted by council of ministers. They acted as the king's advisors. So the four divisions, first division was central division, and the head of the central was the supreme authority. And everything means decisions concerning the empire taken by the king, and also he was assisted by council of ministers. Now the second division is provincial. Provincial, the empire was divided into many provinces, each headed by a prince. He ruled the provinces as a representative of the king and was assisted by many officers. So, in provincial system, where the empire was divided into many provinces, and the head of the provinces was a prince, and he represented of the king and also assisted by many officers. Now, district provinces were further divided into districts. So, district province, the third division, district provinces divided into districts. The Pradeshta was the head of the district. He was assisted by the Yuktas and the Rajukas. They measured the land, collected taxes and maintained law and order. So, the head of the district called Pradeshta and assisted by the Yuktas and Rajukas, measured the activities of this head was to measure the land, collected taxes and maintained law and order. Next division, village. A number of villages made up a district. Villagers assisted government officials in marking the village boundaries, maintaining land records and collecting taxes. Each village had a headman who was chosen by the villagers themselves. So in village, a number of villages made up a district, and villagers assisted government officials in marking the village boundaries and maintaining land records and collecting taxes. So these were the activities done by the villagers. Now next point is Patliputra. Patliputra was the capital of the empire. It was surrounded by a wooden wall which had 64 gates and 570 towers. There was also a moat around the city to protect it from enemy attacks. So the point, Patliputra. So Patliputra was the capital of the empire. So you have to keep in mind the capital of empire was Patliputra, and surrounded by wooden wall which had 64 gates and 570 towers, and also there was a moat, means the boundary and around the city to protect it from enemy attacks. Now a committee of 30 members looked after the administration. So how many members in a committee? 30 members. The activities or the functions of these members were looked after the administration of the city. This committee was divided into 6 boards, each comprising of 5 members. So there were how many boards? 6 boards, and comprising of 5 members. Each board looked after a specific department such as comfort and security of foreigners, registration of births and deaths, industry, trade and commerce. So these were the departments of the committee, and these departments were comfort and security of foreigners, number 2 registration of births and deaths, number 3 industry, number 4 trade and commerce. Now next, army. Number 5 point is inspection of manufactured goods. Number 6 collection of taxes. Now next, army. The Mauryan army had put soldiers, horses, elephants and chariots. A separate department looked after the production of weapons. The Senapati was the head of the army. There were also a large number of spies, many of whom were women. So in army, the Mauryan system, we have seen in army, the soldiers, horses, elephants are there, and chariots also, and separate department looked after the production of weapons, and also Senapati was the head of the army, and also there are large number of spies, and they are women. Now revenue, land revenue was the main source of income. It was fixed between 1/4 and 1/6 of the produce, depending upon the fertility of the soil. So the system was that land revenue. Land revenue means the income. Revenue means income, and it collected from the land. And so it was fixed. The amount was fixed 1/4 and 1/6 of the produce, depending upon the fertility of the soil. Revenue was also obtained from trade. Patliputra, Ujjain, Takshila and Bruch were important island trading centers. So you have to keep in mind the trading centers. Main trading centers were Patliputra, Ujjain, Takshila and Bruch were important center. Overseas trade was carried on with Rome, Egypt, China and Sri Lanka. Other sources of income were forests, mines, customs duties, fines and gifts. Arthashastra also mentions water tax. So these were the systems of collecting revenue, from which sources they collected revenue here written. So now next, the money collected through taxes was spent on maintaining the army, paying salaries to government officers, charities and on public welfare activities such as building hospitals and roads. So the money collected, so they collected money, so this money was spent maintaining the army, paying salaries to government officers and charities and on public welfare activities such as building hospitals and roads. So in this way they collected the land revenue, and this revenue spent for the development of the development, or also maintaining army and building hospitals and roads. So in this way they spent the revenue for the development of the empire. So up to this chapter. So next I will send the questions answers from this chapter, so you write in your copy. Okay, thank you.